guys, you're probably wondering, what are we doing outside the studio? Well, we're making our way to the sand dunes of Glamis in Southern California to film our Black Friday Dune shoot. And in this video, we're gonna show you just how we do that. But first, we're gonna eat, hit the road, and we'll meet you on set.
Hey, how's it going, guys? We out here in the desert getting authentic desert food. Sonics.
What's up, guys? Here we're in Imperial Sand Dunes, basically Arrakis. So if you know what Arrakis is, you know what we're doing. We're gonna have a sick shot of the Shai Hulud worm, sandworm, coming up right through here. No, not really, but we're gonna do something really cool, so stay tuned. We're gonna kind of do a side-by-side parody of a really cool scene inside of Dune 2. And we got Clifton here, DPing, he's gonna set up the shots. We got Gabe here actually acting. It's gonna be fun. And
who's up there?
A camera team up there, a creative director and a camera operator. So a small team to get this thing done, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Love it.
Frank.
I'm the product designer for Kondor Blue, but today I am gonna be cam op. So we've got.
I'll take this.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. Oh, unless you're gonna explain it.
No.
No. Cool.
That's a camera. We're gonna use it to make images. So.
This is
we
our
do.
motion picture device.
I love it.
Love filming, so I'm pumped. It's gonna be fun. I mean, there's so much history with where this spot is that we're filming, so a ton of amazing movies have been filmed here, and Dune's one of our favorite movies, so I'm excited to do a little play off of that as we get ready for some of our holiday sales. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be a good time.
Hey everybody, I'm Tyler Stalman here with Kondor Blue. Today we are out at the dunes shooting a Dune recreation scene, so you guys will get to see that stuff come together pretty well. We'll be doing a whole rig breakdown video and some side-by-sides and some extra stuff later to show you guys how we did what we're doing here today. But yeah, so it's gonna be a solid day. It's a tight, lean crew, and we have just the tools we need to kind of move quickly and efficiently and not be taking up too much of a footprint while we're making some really high-quality cinema for you guys.
He almost dropped the Irix lens.
I'm just kidding.
Alright, let's put the 65 on there. Is that what you want, Cliff?
Yeah.
Alright, we got the Irix lenses here, as you guys can see. Shot a bunch of projects on this, big budget, small budget. I love them because they're so clean and clean. They're so clean and crisp.
Cleaning like my linen.
And then you can kind of put diffusion or put whatever you want in front of it and kind of change the feel you want, but it starts off with a really nice crispy base. So we're gonna put the Opaline on there. You wanna grab that?
Today we're rocking the Pyxis 6K with our fully kitted out cage, our soon to be released Mattebox, and the Opaline filter, as well as a couple of our Firecrest ND filters. And we have the Irix glass that we're using today, and all this should, blend together to make a nice look, very much like we have in the film. We're sort of reverse engineering the look of Dune. Yeah, we want the kind of warmer aesthetic of the imperfections, the not overly clinically, overly sharp thing that proper classic like film and cinema vintage lenses give you. So we're recreating some of that today with more modern equipment, and we're all rigged out here. We have our Hollyland transmitter, a couple of handheld receivers that I pointed out earlier, and our super awesome Cine Hollywood handle, thank you. So right now I'm setting up our handheld director's monitors. So we have one for Lucas, our director, and one for me, the DP, so we can sort of stand shoulder to shoulder, have a view of what's actually happening through the camera while we sort of discuss how we want to approach different shots and tackle different things, so that we can sort of work together and then direct from there each time that we want to make any changes or adjustments. So having a handheld set without needing to peer over the operator's shoulder is super, super important. So that is the kind of stuff that we have here with a full Kondor Blue handheld cage rig out, which again, we'll also do a video on this too for anyone who wants to know about how to do this sort of stuff for your set.
I'm Paul Atreides, and I'm here to stop the spice mining.
Yes! Our savior!
Getting in costume now, because I'm gonna play one of the elders of the Fremen, the main elder, the believer, when he gets excited on the side of the hill when Muad'Dib is riding the worm and everything. And then I'm gonna be like, that's such a huge sail, because this is all for our sail, right? You saw the video, that's all for our sail. And today actually, the sail will be live. When you see this video, the sail's live. Go out, go to the store, go to Kondor Blue HQ, and go pick something up. Having massive sales on cages, gear, handles, cables, everything and anything. Oh man, can't breathe on Arrakis, or unless you got your tubes on, man. This is my ultra hydration breathing apparatus.
Made with
Kondor Blue. So I don't know if you guys knew, but our USB-C cables don't only power things or transfer data, but you know, if you ever need it, you can hook it up to your hydrator. Stay hydrated. Like there's no need for me to have a water bottle in this hot heat. Like, I'm good. So that was a lot of fun, guys. Being able to travel out to Glamis, Imperial Dunes, about 3.5 hours away to shoot a Dune parody was a highlight. We all love Dune here. We're all filmmakers. So this was just something like to check off the bucket list. And we hope you guys liked it. We loved it. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Link will be in the description. But on top of that, taking the Pyxis out with Irix glass, our Kondor Blue Mattebox, and our Kondor Blue Opaline Diffusion, mwah, image looks so great. And it looked even better given that we're using a Portkeys that had about a 2500 to 3000 nit brightness. It had no trouble being out in the desert. We were able to see everything very clearly, and being able to take that with a Holyland transmitter to other monitors for our director of photography to look at was beautiful. I mean, the set went so smooth, shots went so smooth, and we were out of there by like 4:30, and we were like, let's go have something to eat before our 3.5 hour drive back home. But let's not forget about the media. We chose OWC as our media, and these cards performed phenomenal. This thing is fast. So this, paired with Irix lens, Opaline Diffusion, and Portkeys, allowed the color grade to go flawlessly.
All right, so before we jump into the color grade, just a quick reminder that we shot this whole project on Irix glass on our Pyxis 6K. The reason for this was we wanted a good, clean, sort of neutral look to the project so that we could build the look in post. We did, however, use the Opaline filters to create a little bit of that extra filmic softness and get the bloom where we wanted, because Dune was shot on some pretty vintagey looking lenses. On top of all this, we used our Portkeys 7-inch monitors on site, so we had a nice bright monitor we could actually see what was going on with, and the build was rugged enough to withstand that environment. So today we're going to be matching the shot of the Stalman Clamp and the 15mm rod to match with our original film thumper shot. So as you can see here, there's a lot of difference between the color of the sand, and before I even worry about the actual color, I can just adjust the contrast range as I need to so that the general range of the actual color space matches. Now in this instance, you can see we need a bit more saturation, so let's go ahead and punch that up, spread those colors out a bit. And let's see here. I'm not trying to match it to the sky, that's actually what this area up here is. We're trying to match the sand, which is down here. So if I just line up our red, green, and blue, we can actually get this color to match pretty well without even having to look at the monitor. It's kind of a nice situation. Reduce the saturation a bit, bring this closer together. Give a little bit of green. Bring it up a little bit. So now we have these curves that are matching across, and look at that. We've pretty much lost the ability to perceive difference in the color from the original, and now it seems to be pretty much a continuous tone across the board. So that's great for getting the sand to match. I'd say that looks pretty good. Now we want to get these bodies to match. Now in our footage, we have a bit of magenta or sort of, pinkish, purpley cast going on, which might actually be here in reality with a lot of this warm light bouncing from the sand up onto our actor and the black clothing we're wearing here, and maybe probably just graded this down on their end. So we're going to come and do the exact same thing we did over there, only now we're going to add some green and some blue to neutralize the shadows on this end. I'm just going to add a brand new node so that we're operating now as though we have this as our starting point, as though this is how we shot it, and I'm just going to make these colors match so we have the exact same sort of perceptual thing. Generally the tone looks good. The curve is very similar down here to what it was over here, so this sort of follows the same curve from what we're getting to and what we're getting from. I just need to get the actual colors to match. And as you can see down here, there's a lot more red poking up than what they have here. So I can even just remove red
And bam, just like that, with a very similar color on the dark end. Might maybe add a little green back in. And then you're just doing a little bit of stuff, you know, flavor to taste, as they say. And that alone does a pretty good job. And I will say that our mid-tones are now turning out a little bit greener than we'd like, because they've got the shadow sides looking pretty good, but they have a bit more of the pink in their mid-tones. So I'm going to come over here and add a little bit more pink in the mids, take it out of the shadows, take a little green out of the mids, and then there we have a pretty close shot. The sand still looks good, nicely matched. You can see as I'm swiping here, the color is still pretty well matched there. Now we've taken the red out of our shadows quite a bit, which is nice. And where the sunlight does hit our character, it's not quite the same angle. We have actually retained a bit of that sort of warmer color. So that's looking pretty good in terms of matching the shot to the original film. And we have a nice thing going on. We are losing a bit of our legal limits down here. So I make one more node and just reduce the amount of saturation in our shadows as sort of a final little bit of extra work here. So we're going to go to Luma versus Saturation. Where is it? Here we go. I'm going to select our shadows, and we're just going to start desaturating. As you see, as I drag this down, I can never drag it down too far. As I drag it down, we sort of compress how much saturation is going on in our shadows and get closer to kind of matching that original film look. And so now, we do one more image wipe test, left and right. It's looking pretty good. I'll bring a little bit more saturation back in here. About there. And there we have a pretty well matched shot that we can quickly preview on and off. And it's like, which one is the original, which one is ours? So for the purposes of this quick BTS, we just wanted to show you guys one shot, just to give you an idea of the process we go through to match the look of the film. If you want to see a more in-depth color grading session, let us know in the comments below, and I'll happily do a whole video for you guys.
Alright guys, so with that, thank you for watching this BTS video. I hope you had a good understanding of what went on around there, everything that we used, and everything that Clifton did to color grade and make this look awesome. Hope you saw the video. If not, it's in the description. And don't forget to take advantage of this sale. Guys, there's up to 30% off. Go check it out. Peace.